going on, action figure fans? Just another quick review here. This one's starting lineup again. Ja Morant, picked up from Ollie's for $7.99. So if you have these at your Ollie's, not bad for fodder. I really only bought it because I was trying to make a big lob, but now I don't need this figure. It's typical. We have card here, stand, accessories, the figure, and then the stand base. So we'll crack all this out and get into it. Okay, so we'll go through. Here's the card. I think Morant's rookie year is like 2019. I actually have a graded auto rookie of his. Looks like this card's from 2022. But this is a nice card. It's actually Panini Elite. I'll give that to one of the kids. And here's your base. So you have your piece here that holds the figure up to put in dunking poses or whatever. This one, I'll probably throw that up on eBay just because I already have 3 of these stands. I need to get around to sand these down and paint this glossy, so paint over this starting lineup. But these would make pretty good like fight stand type deal, especially like Marvel Legends or something. And these got 4 sets of hands, well 3 sets of hands, and then basketball hand, and then the figure himself. So, I'm not sure. Well, I guess these hands are a little more open than these hands. Maybe more of a shooting hand, I guess. And then the figure himself, like I said, I was making a big lob custom, so I found all these guys before. I finally found Giannis, and that's who I'm going to use my base body for the custom for big lob. So these, I'm just going to break them down. And so I'll keep the head sculpt. Maybe I could use him for a dreadnought or something. I don't know. He's got like this doofy thing on top. I don't know why they did that. I mean, his whole haircut's doofy looking on here. So I'll probably keep the head sculpt and maybe sell it later. But the shoes I'll take off and I'll put these on eBay. And then the legs I'll sell. The jersey I'll sell separately. And then the torso and the arms I'll sell separately. Just there's a lot of modders and kit bashers out there like all these different parts. So anyway, so the feet, so he's got the better ankle movement than Giannis had. Ankle movement, and then you got lower movement down here. He actually has double jointed knees, and then no upper leg movement, but you got pretty good leg movement because he plays basketball, so he needs to be able to move. He actually has wrist articulation here. Obviously, hands pop off, as I showed you, with replaceable hands. Double jointed elbows. Movement here in the upper arm. And then rotation. And he's got pretty good arm movement up like that. And then, up, down, left, right. Up, down is a little restricted, probably because it's, I don't know what type of hair man bun they gave him, but left, right's fine. And then he's got right, left, so you need movement in the hips for basketball. And he actually has articulation here in the chest, but the jersey just restricts as much as the movement would be, but he's got movement there. So, this is, I think, like the 3rd or 4th. I did Trae Young, Giannis. I say I did something. Oh, Joel Embiid. So yeah, this is the 4th figure I'm reviewing, and really look at these things have solid articulation. I mean, granted, they cost $50, which nobody paid for, and then they dropped down. I think now they're like $29.99 on Hasbro, and then of course now you get them at Ollie's for $7.99 or TJ Maxx for $10 or different retailers. They really flopped, but they're supposed to be doing a baseball starting lineup. So we'll see how that goes. So, I mean, the figures had really good articulation, good detail. It's just the price point was horrible, and the comeback, I don't know what they were thinking, $50. But hopefully they can keep starting lineup going. Be nice if they could redo older classical figures like McFarlane had did over the years, bringing back retros. This has come such a long way from, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know, the 80s and 90s starting lineup. So for instance, this is a starting lineup from 98. Ken Griffey Jr., so you can see no articulation. It looked pretty good for the time, right? And that's why it has a card, just going back to the roots, right? So they had cards. These are more generic, though, starting lineup cards, as with this one's actually made by Panini. This is made by Kenner. Kenner was bought out by Hasbro in like 91 or so. And you can see here Hasbro Inc., but Kenner was a sub-company of Hasbro, and now Kenner is long gone. Kenner also did Star Wars, if you remember. And then McFarlane showed up to the sandbox and just murdered everybody with these figures. I forgot what year this is from. And I think this is before McFarlane really got the license. I think this says, yeah, MLBP. So this is a 2009 figure, so I'm not sure if this is a Sport Picks or something else, because there were some figures that like copied Sport Picks, but you can see how great this was compared to what we had with starting lineups as kids. But again, no articulation. This was just more of like a very detailed statue. So it's hard to even call it like an action figure per se, more like a statue. And I used to love these bases that came with it as well. But you know, just a little history lesson here if you didn't know. But yeah, these McFarlanes were great, and they're still doing McFarlane Sport Picks. And then if we just do a quick comparison, here's classified. So he's slightly bigger just because he's a basketball player. I forget what height Ja Morant is. Let's say on his card. I'm not seeing on this particular card, but I know he's like 6 foot something. And then if you compare him to Marvel Legends, so he's a 1/12 scale figure, and of course gonna be taller because he's a basketball player, so he should be taller. So guys, I know I've been taking the sneakers, tennis shoes, basketball shoes, whatever you want to call them, taking the shoes and put them on Marvel Legends like Miles Morales or Spider-Man or whoever. So, and just the details too, like look at the, you know, the Grizzly logo here, and the paint job is really good. The numbering, the lettering, the NBA logo. I mean, I know a lot of people don't care for sports figures, you know, they like their action figures, but if you really look, I mean, the Nike swoosh on the NBA logo here, Nike swoosh here, the shoes. I mean, they really did a good job with the details. Just the price point, I think they were like $50 when they came out, and then dropped down, you know, like $49.99, and dropped down to $29.99. Obviously way overpriced. I guess they were aiming for adult collectors, and us old school starting lineup collectors kind of moved away from, especially at that price point, because even McFarlane Sport Picks, I believe, or were used to be like $19.99. I don't know if they're $24.99 now. I haven't bought any in years, but I mean, the details are just great. The legs, the arm wrap. I mean, this is solid, you know, detailing for a sports figure. So, but yeah, guys, there's Ja Morant. Probably be the last. This is the last figure I have to review. I don't think I'm gonna pick up any more since I have Giannis. If I do, it'd just be to basically fodder it out and part it out, because these shoes in general are selling pretty quickly for me. But hey guys, like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.